entirety of this game, what did you like most from your offense tonight?
I mean, 38 assists, but I think could have had more if we were, ball was moving. Really thought Julius set the tone out there with ball movement early. Everybody was touching it. Everyone was making the right play. There was not a lot of holding. There was a lot of movement and, quick decision making. Might have been from an aesthetics point of view, like our best offensive game of the season. And, we just got to try to maintain this. We've been building toward. We've been playing really good offense for a long time. And, today everybody kind of pitched in and did their thing well. So,
just with the three-point shooting, it's the volume, it's the efficiency that's really been stepping up here for a string of games. What have you liked about that?
I mean, they're really good. There are a lot of wide open ones. When you get open ones, you're gonna make them. When you have good shooters taking them. I thought early on in the game, we did a great job screening for Ant. He got a few clean looks. Julius, anytime he gets to the paint, was kicking it out. Every time we needed a bucket, it seemingly was a kick-out three from Julius. So they just not only were shooting well, I just think the looks that we're getting or got tonight, just such high quality. So.
Chris, in terms of that aesthetics, it seemed like your best maybe off-ball movement game. Like, just what is leading to that increased activity? What do you see?
I think, everybody realizes who everyone is and what we can do right now. I think it starts with Ant and Julius. Their quick decision-making, I thought, sets the tone. Then, guys just learn, sharing the floor, and it's a chain reaction, right? If a guy with the ball makes a quick decision, then guys next to it know what to do, rather than stand around and watch. And just I thought you guys were just super active, and nobody's worried about individual stuff right now. I think we've settled into kind of a pretty good role right here offensively across the board, and everyone's going to come in and play into that role. So,
in terms of just it seemed outside of the fouls early, the seamlessness for Rudy was there. Just how do you see him acclimating and just kind of impacting the game?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the fouls. I thought, his finishing around the rim was great. He caught a lot of tough passes today, and we found him in a variety of ways, which is really good. We haven't played with him for a little while. I thought he was good with his spacing. I thought he was patient there, and defensively, I thought he was good at just the right time. They were a hard team. They got a lot of guys to put their head down and drive it. But we were able to get enough stops right there in the beginning of the fourth with him on the floor, and he was a presence there. So,
John touched on the off-ball movement, just the guys moving around the perimeter, just changing spots. Yeah. Seems like, is that something you guys had to work on or dig in to generate more of?
I think so. We changed our spacing around Julius a little bit. I think that's kind of made it easier for guys to kind of read each other and for Julius to find his outlets. So I think that was one thing. And, guys I think now have played and have the confidence in the ball movement that they're willing to move and share the floor because they know the ball will come back to them, or if it doesn't come back to them, they're not going to go 6-7 times without touching it at all. So.
Changing the space around Julius, was that just conversations with him or learning him and where he's getting to and where guys need to be?
A little bit of both. I think just, stylistically, like watching him play, just understanding what he sees out there. I think, so a little bit of both, a little conversation and just figuring out through trial and error some stuff that worked.
Is it nitpicking to say that for most of the three quarters you guys seem content to be trading baskets?
Yes. Yes. I felt the same too. I thought we needed to find another level defensively. I thought we had it early then we couldn't score. And at that point in time, it became a trade baskets match. Early on in the first half, we gave them a lot of soft threes. And then I didn't like that we didn't stand up their drives. We did a better job of standing up their drives. They started the third quarter with some soft threes that they just missed, which we got a chance to build the lead a little bit there. So we were able to keep it around 10. So.
And the minutes seemed really spread out pretty well tonight across the board. Was some of that the score, or was that
No.
just the way you think it's going to be? You're going to get a lot of minutes to a lot of people that way.
I'm gonna try to play 10. I don't know what it's gonna look like every night. I don't have that answer right now. I don't know if I'll have it ever. I think it's gonna be different all the time. We've talked about that all this season. And so, guys are bought in right now. They're accepting of that, and that's the most important thing. These guys that have played over the last several weeks through the injuries, they deserve to keep having an opportunity to earn minutes, and we're going to keep trying to play them. So,
along those lines, back at the beginning of the season when it was the 8-man rotation, it was kind of like blocked chunks of time with lineups where it seemed like tonight and more recently it's been like one player at a time more rapidly with the rotation. Do you find is that just what you need to do to play 10, or are you finding benefit in
I think you probably need to do that, sub a little bit more one at a time, but I would sometimes when you do these things you try to like get ahead, so to get to one lineup that you might want to start the fourth with, you got to start rotating somewhere, or maybe a little earlier so you can get to that. And we're just going to have to get kind of good at that. And, tonight we're able to because that lineup that starts with fourth is one of our really good lineups. But we have a lot of good lineups now. We talked about it before the game. And I think we got to most of them tonight at some point, and they all produced.
And I don't know, you've talked about Julius a bit. From the beginning of the season, it's been clear that he's had this skill set of the spraying it out. I mean, it's the first thing you said at the introductory press conference. It almost looks like he's looking for that, or like he wants to make the pass as a playmaker, or that's his comfort with that has increased. Is that fair to say?
No doubt. I mean, I think he's doing a much better job he just draws so much traffic, like he just does, and then he's just doing a much better job of going from his move to his pass or from his move to his shot without the hesitation at the end of it. And that's one thing we've been trying to preach to him. He's been incredible, since we talked about it, since the middle of December. He and Nas got us kickstarted offensively with the ball movement, and he realized at that point in time, and we realized what we needed him to do. And, he's really good at it. And he can still score, and we can still go to him, and he can make tough shots. And that's something that we haven't really tapped into when we needed it, but, we will, because there'll be a lot of games down the stretch where we'll have to use his scoring too. But his playmaking has been elite. He's made every sacrifice that we've asked him to make. He's less minutes, less shots, less usage, sometimes doesn't finish games. These are all things that, in New York that, he ticked all those boxes, and he's just keep evolving to what we need. And we get this is his third straight flirt with a triple-double. And that's the type of player he can do it all. He can fill up all those categories. So, yeah.
Chris, did you want to keep Rudy and Mike paired together in terms of intentionally of just the group?
Yeah, we try to. Yeah, that's one of our great combinations. It's been so good to us over the years, and we got to revive it, and we got to maximize it right now. So definitely, John.